Yeah, it can often be daunting or maybe even intimidating to try to establish relationships with, people with regard to, obtaining some of their waste streams. But you'll never know unless you ask. Spoke with a neighbor, decided to introduce myself, who I'd been waving to for about a year, and I just decided to stop in and talk to him. And it came up during our nearly hour-long conversation about what he does with his lawn clippings and how I could potentially save him money by bringing up bins that he could fill up, and then I could pick them up on a rotational basis weekly. And he was very much interested in that idea. There's possibly another source that I could utilize for making just the most amazing compost that's natively produced right here on my own property. I'm a firm believer that that which you produce on your own property is going to be far superior to that which comes from elsewhere. I'm constantly observing this system and interacting with it to the best of my ability to try to refine it as best I can. I've been through several iterations of how I've got this chicken yard set up, and I want to show you the latest idea that I have here, and I think that it's the best yet as far as what I have. As these wood chips that I have around the edge start to really break down and decompose, there's some pretty interesting life form underneath that the hens want to just rip into, and I really would like them to concentrate more so in this area. So what I've done is I've brought in electric fence, and I've got them narrowed to a very select area. These piles get stacked up once a day. By the end of the day, they're nearly flat. So they're doing exactly what I want them to do by loosening and aerating these piles. Another way that I've been able to encourage the hens to concentrate their efforts directly on the piles themselves is in the areas where they still have access to wood chips. I have added some spare cattle panel that I had laying around down, and what that does is it really prevents them from any of their desire to dig in this and dust bathe. It's worked out fantastically to this point. But I just thought I'd provide a little bit of an update to what I got going here in the chicken yard. Always looking to refine it, always looking to make it better. I'm still yielding about, I would say a yard to a yard and a half about every 3 weeks. So I've been able to take a lot of this finished material and either screen it out and put it and top dress my beds where I'm growing my annuals, or in areas where I have trees and things that are kind of more in a perennial type of an environment. I don't worry so much about the wood chips and the heavier material. I'll just go ahead and utilize it. But this is very representative right here of finished compost. This stuff's at least a month and a half old, maybe a little older, but the hens seem to like it quite a bit. Yeah, there's a lot of good protein in here that the hens really seem to go for. It allows the hens to get out and do what chickens like to do, which is scratch and peck and search for food. So they're able to do that all day long. They're living their best chicken life as far as from what I can provide in this chicken yard. They seem to be very happy. And I'm doing so with very, very minimal inputs from store-bought feed. Each of these flocks get no more than a solo cup of feed per night, and they produce a tremendous amount of eggs. Seem to be very happy, healthy, and we appreciate their efforts.